Snaps for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Enjoy Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon, we can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.
The violence. So as you guys know, the protests have been going on in LA. This past weekend, I was in LA for the BET Awards, and Lakeyah, she left the BET Awards early to go protest with the people outside. Like I said, people kept asking me all weekend, was I safe? Was I good? This and that. I did not see any of this stuff. I didn't see one protest at all, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And I knew I probably could have at least gone out there at some point if I knew where stuff was going on, but there was nothing in my area. And I was staying safe, you know, because everybody was like, be safe, don't get hit by a rubber bullet, isn't it? So I was being safe. I didn't see any military tanks, nothing like that. I did hear a lot of ambulances, and I saw helicopters flying over, and I saw 2 people hold Mexican flags. That's it. But I didn't see any actually military members. I didn't see any tanks. I didn't see any police brigades or anything like that. So shout out to Lakeyah, though, for stepping out early and being with the people. You know, I think colored folks should stay together. You know what I mean? Like, I know there's a whole discussion like, should we stay together with them when they call us the N-word and stuff like that? I don't know. But yeah. Oh, this video from 5 months ago. Not during the protest, but during the street. I'm thinking this positive, bro. I'm thinking this positive. This from 5 months ago on the street takeover. Crazy. All right. And then the last thing about it, or no, not the last thing. One of them. Every Apple device that was stolen from the Apple Store in downtown LA is now sounding an alarm saying it should be returned. Please return to Apple Tower Theater. This device is disabled and is being tracked. Local authorities will be alerted. Oh, so they said we not returning. We just gonna lay it on That's funny. Shout out to BG on the team. I think BG on the team was the same people that had the burning car. BG on the team be getting everything while it's walking. Shout out to BG on the team. Well, now you know it. It's like robbing a bank. Like, why would you try to rob a bank in 2025? It's too much technology to try to rob a bank now, bro. You're not gonna be successful, buddy. It's too much technology to like track people down. My boy Sean Keenan. Shout out to Sean Keenan as always, doing great journalism, doing great things. I get back to the A, and apparently, look what's going on, man. They protesting at B for Highway. B for Highway, if you guys don't know, if you're not from Atlanta, it is a very Hispanic, Mexican populated area and things of that sort in the metro Atlanta area. So it's literally on B for Highway, Mexican businesses, Mexican restaurants, dry cleaners ran by Mexicans. So like the whole thing is like ran. It's like a little Mexico almost in Atlanta for real. Oh man. All right, so he said content warning, so we're gonna believe that. Oh shit. This goes back to what Doechii said and what other people are saying, bro. It's like, and I think, you know, I was speaking on the phone about this earlier, and I'm sorry for spoiling the surprise, because with the person that was kind of like their idea about it, I don't want to reveal them. But we were talking about the Martin Luther King documents, right? Like, okay, the Martin Luther King's interactions and wiretaps from the FBI were all kind of skewed, right? If you looked at, if you watched Selma, they were all skewed, and they framed MLK to look like the things that he was doing was really worse than what it was. It was very exaggerated and things of that sort, like him cheating on his wife, for example. Why in the world did my phone just shut off? Okay. Like he was cheating on his wife. They like elongated it and exaggerated it worse than what it was. And so things like that. Trump said he's going to release all of the MLK files, and Trump is releasing them to make it seem like that MLK, like the government, federal government, and the Trump administration is just being so open. But if you release the FBI files, then it's going to make MLK look like a bad guy, because they were framing him to look like a bad guy. Like, that's their entire intention with this thing. So since that's the case, if it comes out and he looks like a bad guy, that's going to give Trump the excuse to take down all the MLK stuff from history, take him out of the museums, take down his statue, get rid of his holiday, and take his education and kind of like parts out of the general grade school education system, bro. Like that's what he wants to do. So if he does that, all of those things, what do you think is going to happen in response to that, especially from the Black community? There's going to be a lot of protests. And what is going to happen at the protests is exactly what you see here. So he's starting off with the Mexicans, right? But I think it's foreshadowing what's going to happen with the Black community very, very soon. I don't know if it's in a matter of months or whatever, but so for Black people that's like, this doesn't concern me, that's none of my problem. Okay, see what happens next. Very soon it's going to be the exact same thing when Black people are protesting. We get a cop city in Atlanta in the midst of what happened with the Black Lives Matter protests in 2020. That's in Atlanta. That's in the Black Mecca. That's in Wakanda. That's in all of those things. They built a so $million facility with a whole mock city to build for police forces to be able to handle protests. And I remember I said this on one video and someone was like, that's not the case. And I was like, where do you think they got the name Cop City from, bro? Like, that's the entire point of Cop City. Like, an entire city, mock city, to for police officers to know how to like practice tapes and stuff like that. Hold on, let me see. Some neighbors aren't excited for Cop City. And shouts out to all my protesters out there. Some of the homies. Rest in peace, Torta. Shout out Rory, man. A legend, always on the right side of Atlanta history. He just performed in a forest in Atlanta this past weekend for Tassili's. I was out of town, but Rory, I love you, bro. And I'll always show my boy Rory some love and things of that sort. He a real legend, does not need to be forgotten. But yeah, it's an entire, I'm trying to look for a picture of it, but it's an entire city, and that's why it's called Cop City. So like what Dolce said at the BET Awards holds true. Like, what does this look like? It looks like a dictatorship, and it looks like a very hostile war zone against their own citizens for anybody who goes against Donald Trump. Which is crazy. That's crazy. This is supposed to be a democracy. This is supposed to be, we can hear things. We'll hear you out. We'll do this. We'll do that. And it's the exact opposite. It's crazy, bro. Not gonna lie to you. So it's just something to keep an eye out on for the Black people. Like, why should Black people care about it? We ain't got nothing to do with that. Okay. We are all more connected than you think. I'm surprised my message. This is time Mike Vick met Dipset. He saw him and stopped him in traffic and asked for a picture. He didn't even know who he was. This was also the freestyle Cameron heard when he made him sound hell real. It's some music on there. I can't play that.
That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but.
And Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
We can't ask Rashad a question.
Hey, Rashad.